Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So first things first, today's video is sponsored by Tradeify. So I'll give you a classic example of this job and why we use Tradeify. So for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a job management software. So for here, I've turned up, the plan's changed slightly. I've just sat in my van, which is just behind you, altered it, sent it over, it's been accepted straight away. Me and the customer know where we stand. Everything's all left me now just to crack on and do the job. So straight from leaving here, I can then transfer that straight away to a invoice and then it'll be paid instantly. So those, if you want to try it like we did, there's a 14-day free trial, which I'll put in the link below. And then if you do like it, use the promo code GHAWK50 and you'll get 50% off for the first 3 months. Yo, morning. We're a little bit further on from last time we saw, because basically, we've had lots of people here. We've had everyone here. The whole team, the whole GHC firm have been here helping because we've just got loads to do and I'm needed in both places. So the lads have been over to help. So just going to point out, they're not live. Oh, so painful. Not live. Obviously, I'm not an idiot. So we've had a bit of a push on the job. So this is same master bathroom. Bath is out, but there has been some issues, and those issues have been very annoying, and they're all to do with poo pipes. Yes, sorry if you're eating breakfast. That is what it is, poo pipes, I said it. All right, so I'm gonna go and show you what's happened. So if you've seen the previous video, you would have noticed that we had lots and lots of poo falling out everywhere. It was gross, it was minging, and me and Kian felt sick most of the time we were here. And this is the ensuite now, just the other side of the master bathroom, if you haven't seen it. And in that corner, the waste pipe, it had a flexi duct on it that led down to, like, down here. Toilet was moved down to here, and the whole pipe was just full of, dare I say it, poo. And that splashed my shoes. That made me feel instantly like vomiting all over the floor. So I'm painting a lovely picture for you, and I, you know, so bear with me. It's not, if you're new to the channel, this is not always like this. Mostly it's sparky content, in fairness, but still, nonetheless. Previous person who has installed the waste stuff, had basically smashed all the collars and everything. So they used silicone to try and make sure that they could get a seal as such. Yeah, there, I've done it. Classic, I had to get it out of the way. And yeah, it was just smashed to bits. And then the collars moving back were broken and there was leaks further back. Brilliant. So we've ended up having to do a lot of other stuff to try and make it good. This is one of the other things that we've had to do to make it good. So we've had to now come down into the kitchen to smash the ceiling out, and we are on the patch repair stuff now. So the collar then had broken and we've had to get it all the way down to there to try and make it all good, which has also brought into a load of other problems, which is just been hard work. There's no other way about it. There's been really hard work, and first attempt didn't work properly, so then we had to go further. Yeah, so here we are. So Kian now, he's looking at trying to patch the rest of that in. There's said Kian. Look at him hiding away. He's off to Iceland. I know, Iceland. He's off there, and I am jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's very selfish that he's not taking me, because I think that'll be wicked. And he's going, oh, is it snowmobile, Kian? Yeah. Snowmobile. Again, selfish. After all I do to treat him. So where I'm at right now, rather than me waffling, is we've set up the test rig for this. So we've tested all of the waste side of things. So we've got the pipe onto there, ran it to the furthest point. That is all run through. Kian's been underneath and making sure that's all good. So there was a extractor fan isolator up there, and there is a pull cord still. Spin you around. Pull cord still there at the minute. They're going. Hence the reason why I was joking earlier on about these. So at the minute where we're at, because I'm still waiting for bits and we're trying to catch up and everyone's underneath each other's feet, I've got as much done as I can, so it's all prepped, ready to go for these. Wires are not connected in the loft, but since then, the customer, as of last night, had said that there was a fault with the lights. The lights have been tripping out, so I changed the board previously. No, there's nothing wrong with the actual wiring as such, but that old fan, which you were due to replace anyway, is actually the cause of the problem. So it was a bit annoying this morning. I had to go and fault find that, but such is life. There's been a change of plan as well, because this shower, originally what the so-called bathroom designer, sorry Kian, I'm on your way, had said that they're going to put a 900 shower tray in there, an enclosure, and the toilet right next to it. So it would mean, I'm going to paint the picture for you, bear with me, let's measure this out. This would be my toilet. What do you reckon? Comfy or what? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't normally sit like this. I mean, it's quite painful actually sitting like this, but such is life. So we've just changed the plan. The plan is now it's going to be a 760, which is roughly where that box is, I'd say. And now you've got some more room to relax and do your business. Much better. The plan for today, after all, just trying to play catch up with you lot. So the plan for today is we're going to get the flooring down, because it's like a click vinyl that's going in. Then that will allow me to free me up to get the toilet built up. Fantastic, got a working toilet, that'll be great upstairs. Also, then we can get the sink on, hopefully. But more importantly, I need to get, so because there's been alterations to do with the shower stuff, that's not going to be here, so Steve's going to make a template for that, and then we're going to jump into next door. Boom, next door. So I'm now going to get the shower tray in. So one of the ways I'm going to sort this waste out right now, this second, is what we're going to do. So that waste is then going to go through there to pick up for the sink. Right, out of breath explaining. So if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed yet, smash the link in the corner, turn notifications on, and we shall get cracking on some actual work. So, it's been brought to my attention that Lou's going to be up here any second. This might be his footwork now. Yeah. It is his footwork, and he's going to be plastering that stack. And he has warned me that this might not be a good idea, filming in here while he's splashing the wet stuff. So, hopefully, it'll be alright. What we've got on here, so our main waste pipe is 40mm solvent, and obviously that's these fittings here. So we're going to need to reduce that down because all the sinks are only like 32mm. So we're going to use the reducer, and we're going to use some solvent weld to make sure that we can glue it all up. So you do it inside the fitting like that, wipe the reducer in. Obviously wipe the rest of it, the excess, on your trousers, because I mean you're not a real person unless you do that. Now obviously I'm going to have to put this pipe in first, smack that through the hole because it's not going to work out. Sorry Luke. So through that hole, because then I've got to push that down onto that pipe, and that's what we're doing. So Lou is doing that at the minute, so plastering all the boxing in for the stack. So obviously that is in its first rough coat, and let's hope that's not the finished article. The plastering, in fairness, chuck it on rough and then smooth it all out. He knows what he's doing. He knows. So we're going to go back to soldering that on, and we'll just do it the other way. So we'll do it on the pipe this time. Whack that in there. Let that go off for a minute. It doesn't take long. So one of the things that I found is actually a really good bit of kit. So if you haven't got them, and not massively expensive either, is the actual pipe slices for the actual waste stuff. Now, these are Ox Tools ones, so they come in a set. It is not sponsored by them whatsoever. It's these bad boys. They come with all, so for this one, it comes with all the set of, for all your normal standard sizes as well. But they are brilliant because they give you a clean cut. If you do using a hacksaw, what you then need to do is make sure that all the furry bits that you get on the inside of the pipe, that you clean all those off. So it's just another job that you have to do, because those furry bits is what catches all the grime, bits of hair and all that sort of stuff that goes down, and obviously you don't want that. That's the whole point. So that is now solid on there. So one of the things that I will give you a little bit of a tip on, I don't know why this is becoming plumbing corner all of a sudden, the channel, but whatever, is that you get different manufacturers of pipe. Now they're all 40mm, but believe me, they can be more of a pain in the arse. And that's what we've got here. So there is a mixture between, I think it's Flowmaster, I don't know, might even tell me on here, Flowplast, sorry, and another brand, and the two are not that happy going together. So we're going to put these in now and get them all sorted. Okay, so we're at the other side of the wall now, so the pipe's through. So we'll seal all that up once we're all finished, just before we fit the actual sink anyway. So we've got that through there. So this is going to be in, so we'll probably end up bringing it up the back of the sink itself. A good thing to do, really, because obviously we don't know exactly when that's happening, depending on how the job and the date unfolds. Get a bit of tank tape, stick that on the end. And believe it or not, that'll help massively to reduce the smells coming back up. As you've probably noticed on all of the pipes that we've got open and exposed, all the ends are all taped up because it gets pretty smelly. We're looking now at getting the bath in here, okay, so it's tight. So 1700 bath. First things first, we need to make sure that we've got a nice batten all the way around. So what we're going to do is, so I've just measured up the bath panel, so I've got a maximum bath panel reach as such as 550, so we'll set ours at like 520, just give you a little bit of room to wiggle. So I've marked that out, and using the level, just run a line all the way around. The Lou's just there, he's come to plaster that bit just there. Oh, he's off. So I'm going to continue that. Okay, so that's leveled off. So that is the top line, so my batten needs to sit underneath that. Now we'll go out, I'll cut all these battens, get them all ready to go. Now fixings are going to be the big issue here. So these are what I'd call as egg box walls. So they're stud walls, but they're basically, the inside of them are made up of like cardboard. So I've got various different fixings that we're going to go through and see which one's going to work best. And also we can stick some adhesive on the back just to make sure that it's belt and braces and it's not going to move. So I'm going to go and cut those bits of timber. So fixing this bad boy on, so I've actually found 2 bits of timber work in amongst this egg box. So the way I've used that is I've got a tool called the Stud Buddy, and thought I'd just try that. And basically, essentially, it is you run it over the wall until it finds some metal that's in the wall, which is usually the plasterboard fixing. So I've got one there and I've got one there. So that's that. And then what I'm going to do is do a load of pilot drills all the way through, and then that will mark out where I'm going to then put the fixings. So let's just offer that up. then use the same drill, mark all the way through. And that marks that. Then we're going to use these, which are from Fisher, and they are duo blades. Oh, Lou nearly died. Which are basically like that. So how cool are they? So essentially, because now I've got my markings on the wall, what's on there, on there. The idea is that you screw them in. Right, so we've got those fixings in. So next stage for me is to use a bit of silicone. It works in two ways really. So it's a silicone and a grab adhesive all in one, and that's made by Fisher again. So we'll whack that along the timber. That way it will give us an adhesive as well. And then we're going to fix this to the wall. So nice and tight fixings there. So just got to get the battens on that end and the one behind me, and then I'm ready to get the bath all made up. Okay, so you join me at the old bath install bit. So what we've done, leave the cardboard on, brought the upstairs, flipped it upside down and fitted the leg kit. Now, so you're on a gimbal, so it's pretty wobbly on there. Just loosely put them so they're just roughly, you know, fixed. They're not leveled off, there's nothing at this moment. So the stage now is to get the taps measured. So it might sound stupid, but measure the center, then you measure the center of your taps. They're usually 180 mil high, separated. And that's between, like, centers, sorry, what am I on about? 180 mil centers from there to there. So measure those out, and then you're going to want to keep your hole cutting size as tight as possible. So we're going for a 30 mil on this one. So once you've got your centers, now there is a plastic protector all the way around on the bath anyway. So use a square, mark your way through. In fairness, you can't see it very well with that. So we're going to bosh that on with my pen. Now bearing in mind that part of this is actually going to be sticking slightly in the wall, because the bath itself is actually a little bit, so I've got 1690, so I've got 5 mil overall to lose. So let's double check the bath. I reckon we're going to be absolutely fine, because this bath itself is 1680, so in theory it should just go straight in, because I've got 1695. Obviously you've got to remember with tiles and all that, which is actually better for me. So let me measure our width across the centre. Okay, so we mark that up, and if you want to, you can sort of gauge that, just move it to the side so you know exactly where your centres are, just so you can see, you know, yeah, okay, look down it, because sometimes you can look at it and go, oh, actually that looks weird, but it's not, it's right, okay? So get in your hole saw, get it on your arbor. Hopefully I'll drill this, because the bath is wobbly, without you falling over. And if you do, I'll be annoyed. Okay, first one through. Remember, all these baths come with a protective film on them. So before you install this bath anyway, which I'm pretty sure I'll mention it again, but you need to pull the protective film up from the edges all the way around, because when you're tiling, that's going to cause a problem. And you won't get a good adhesion as well, which I'll show you later on. So that, now we need to make sure we can get these taps fitted. Now, Okay, so fixing them on, you got a little brass nut at the bottom, so you got to make sure that the seals are all on nice and tight. So we just literally just tighten them up using some grips underneath to make sure it's nice and tight. And that's basically it for the taps. Then we'll put the flexis on, which Sean's off to go and fetch because I forgot to order them. Right, so that's the taps all tightened up. Just nipped up underneath. Now you could use a bit of silicone as well, just to give it an additional seal, but I've never known to do that myself. It's always been fine. So now we're onto the pop-up waist. Now these have always been a bit of a pain. Sometimes this can be too long for the bath, and it's all to do with the thickness of the bath and how the bath is shaped. Now I have got in the bag that they've sent out a thicker rubber, which is I think is what's going to be needed on this one. So again, making sure, let's take that down, let you peel off that around there, and then you've just got a cover clip, or cover plate that goes on like so. And then, as you can imagine, for the waist, okay, so same deal, pull the protective film back, make sure your seal is on, okay, tighten that up, get your valve in, or your spring in for the pop-up part. And that's it. So once we've sorted all that bit out, the next bit now is to get the flexi taps on. So we've got our waist in, taps are on. So then the fun part really is getting it into this opening. So hopefully that goes well. Beautiful, thank you. So Sean's back and he has done the parts run. So I'm daily parts run. So I'm just taking the ends off, ready to get the old stop ends sorted. Full bore isolators, again, another thing. So these are the flexis. So we're just going to whack these on here now because it makes life a lot easier. You can do it if you wanted to, if you're crazy, and you can fit solid pipe work to it if you had loads of room, but we don't, so we're not. So that takes care of that. You grab the full bore isolators, the 22mm ones that are in there, should have collected on the run. They are them. You just open it up.
You're both of them.
Please. Okay, so full bore isolators. So they are exactly what they say on the tin. So they are full bore. So what means when you open those up, it means that there's no restriction whatsoever on the actual flow of water. Now, as it's being a bath, you want as maximum flow rate as you can possibly have because they take ages to fill. So we've got a 22mm feed all the way up here for the cold and the hot. Now obviously from the boiler there is a piece of 15mm that comes up from the boiler, but it's then quickly, once it gets under the floor, which I've seen down there, it changes back into 22, hence the reason using 22mm isolators. So the limiting factor on this is the actual boiler itself and then the flow coming into the house. That is it. That is all we've got. So measured the bath as we've seen a second ago. It should fly in, which is good news, Sean. So it's a little bit shorter than what it was. So what I might do is get these on now, which again will make life easier. Just pour that in the bath, mate.
In the bath.
So, being silly. Oh, he's gone all the way downstairs. So, while I'll show you this, so down here I've got 22mm hot and cold feed. I'm going to put my isolators on now. And then we are basically ready to get this bath mounted. So, thank you. So, Sean's been very good. Right, so we're at the stage now of trying to get this bath in. It's going to be tight, really tight to get in there, because I know I've got enough room that way, but obviously I can't just push it in, so we're going to have to do the old jiggery pokery. So, wish us luck. Down my end. Oh, look at that, mate. Why would we worried? Just like that?
Been any easier, that?
Oh, that was jazzy. So, next stage, start leveling it all up, get all the waste and stuff like that, and the pipes all connected, and then we fill it all up, but let's get it all leveled up first. Okay, so we've just leveled the bath up, leveled the feet up, so because it was actually so easy to get in and out, what we're going to do is going to lift it back out, and then we're going to silicone it all up. So we're going to use that from Fisher. So it is the Crystal MS range, so it's a silicone and a grab adhesive all in one, so it will just tighten all that bath right up. But yeah, so let's get that bath out. So we've whacked a bead of silicone round, so we're now going to lift that back in. We've also tightened up the legs as well while we've had it out. I forgot to mention that before. So it's all nice and tight, so it should just drop back in. Okay, cool. So just going to fix those feet down, get the plumbing connections all done. We'll silicone back all the edges, then we'll just level the bath up from the gaps, fill it full of water, then silicone it, sorry, and then that will go off overnight and we're ready for tiling. Okay, so bath is now in. We've now got that in. We're now on the filling up stage, okay? So we're now filling all that up. Sean's then going to take over, seal all around the outside of the bath. Now, I have had a bit of a boo-boo. So I actually cut my head, I stuck my head onto that, and I had to pull my head back off that. Felt gross, by the way. Don't recommend that, so just be careful. And I was lying down on my front trying to fix down the feet, which is what I've done, but such is life, that is it. So the waist now is all connected, that's all sorted underneath. So we've tested that, we're all good to go. So it's back onto siliconing, and this guy wants the room as well, don't you?
Yeah. Come on, stop waffling on into that. Get in here.
See, this is what it's like. This is literally what it's like. So,
bullying in the workplace.
did you hear that? They admitted it. Right, you're on camera now, mate. I know what you're like. Everybody, boys and girls at home now. Unbelievable. So, we're going to go into next door after I've been kicked out of here now. Look, look.
I'm moving him out.
Everyone's on at me.
Get on this.
Get on with it.
Out of here.
I haven't got any mess or any tools anyway, so shut up, a lot of you. Oh, it's very sunny in here. Very sunny, I like it. Go and get the sink unit and start getting that built up. So, sink unit. She's in. I know, I was supposed to film it and I didn't, so it's happened. All right, not a lot I can do about it. It's happened now. We went a bit busy towards the afternoon, but I'm going to run through the procedure with you, fitting it right now. So, sink unit, okay, so underneath here at the bottom, hopefully I should probably take the drawers out and show you. Tell you what, let me do that, hold on. So, sink unit, okay, so you need to, with these, you've got to make sure that you keep all your waste dead in the centre. So you've only got a very, very shallow back on this particular unit, so I have to make sure everything's tight to the wall. I've also got our cable in here because we're going to be putting our toothbrush charger, shaver point, is going to be up the top here. Yeah. So
on the table.
See, Sean's doing some plastering, so he is very busy. And then Lou's there, look.
Change the head. Change the loop.
There, he's going off. He's going off. He is doing his things. So yeah, so we're going to make sure everything's nice and central in there. Pipes, we've had to alter those. So if you remember, they were sticking out the floors, probably about 100 mil this way. So we just brought them up, tucked them to the back. The sink itself, so there's no way of actually mechanically fixing this. So we use sealant. So again, out with the Fisher, because it does both. It's silicone sealer and grab adhesive all in one. So we've used that, and obviously that sink now is solid, not going anywhere. And you fix the actual unit back to the wall, which is what we've done. So again, on the waste, you can also use silicone again to the waste, but I tend to use something else. It's like a putty sort of thing, because I tend to find that because I normally test run these straight away rather than leaving them for a while. So I just tend to find that's faster for me, but you can use the silicone as well. And that's basically it, and that is the sink. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and I know it's been a bit long-winded. Oh, on a side note, I cut my head yesterday, tiny little mark, and that was because I stuck my head into the legs of the bath. Not a great idea. That was a bit stupid, weren't it, Sean?
Yeah, funny though.
Funny, but stupid. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. And like I say, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, and we'll see you on the next one.